How's it going, Eric? My name is Niger from Big Go Belt Media. It's a pleasure to talk to you today as we are getting ready to ramp up things for Invasion Season 2, returning to Apple TV Plus. Guess what, folks? In just a few days. And I did have a chance to check out the entire season, and I want to start off with I think a very important question, because I know in my review I wanted to make sure that folks knew were some of the criticisms from season 1 was about the pace, which I love. The character development, it was truly about humans in this, not so much about the military and the, should I say, lack of better words, the invasion itself, but it's really about how humanity was acknowledging what's happening and sort of surviving around that. But season 2, pedal to the metal from beginning to the end. I want to know, when you were aware of the time jump, I think we went up a few months here, and then the pacing, what was your level of excitement to come back into things knowing that you were really going to be able to get into it?
Oh man, it was I had goosebumps when I read how it started, how it never stopped, what the culmination is at the end of the final episode. And Simon Kinberg, the creator of the show, was super on board with the idea that we hit people right from the start. Episode 1, scene 1, you are dropped into the middle of a all-out war, and that was going to be the change. Yes, it may have been a little bit of a slower burn in season 1, but yeah, you're dropped right into it. And what visual effects supervisor doesn't like to be given the keys to that? It's like, okay, we'll ride that right on through. There's some scenes in here that are epic battles, and not just hand-to-hand combat, but with one character, I won't give anything away, having the ability when working with some others to maybe mind control, that plays a part in a battle. I thought that was great. Oh, first one-on-one, and then in a greater battle. But the idea of taking the aliens from season 1, keeping the DNA, but finding a new sort of 2.0 alien that was much more warrior-like, that had not just appendages that could be used for killing, but ones that were certainly designed to slice and kill, and lance and all the rest of it. That was a lot of fun to come up with that. And then of course the other challenge was that Simon threw our way was, you also have to have an alien that can be a sentient life form that isn't just about the killing, but instead is about communicating on a one-on-one level with a character. Intimate scenes that you get, and as you watch it, as your audience watches it, they'll go, yeah, I'm feeling it, and this thing isn't talking. This thing doesn't have hands to to emote, or eyes to blink, or whatever. So there's a lot of great challenges, and like I said, I was super excited when I saw all of that. And I will say that I've even seen some things for season 3, and it's even more epic. So
Man, you reading right off my notes here. So I'm really going to be strategical about how I go about these things now, because I was going to actually like foreshadow it the other way. But since you talked about some of the scenes with one of our particular characters communicating, and I'll even go as far as saying within the chamber, talk to me about constructing that scene, which I feel, as we get a couple of those throughout the season, some of the best moments of the entire season visually. Can you talk to me about bringing that to life, and then working with that particular cast member to really like make us feel it, as you said, without words, but you just feel what's happening?
Yeah. Well, one of the toughest things that you can be given is, hey, we have a character, and it's got to emote all of this stuff, but we're going to take away all your toolbox to do that. Figure it out. And how do you make something that is kind of an amorphous shape emote? One of the great things we always rely on is, I say, green kind of makes people feel calm, and greens and blues, and when you put on a sleep on the sleep app or something. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feel the green of it. And so we did lean on that. It's a beautiful shape that we've created,
Mm,
that it almost looks, I liked to call it, like, I wanted it to be like blown glass that was moving. All right.
yeah.
And so having that, and then how does it emote? Well, we also use the surface texture changes,
Mhm.
and it actually has, I won't call it a brain, but it has some elements inside it that are very subtle, but they can, shrink back so you can get wariness, and what's going on, am I being tricked, or things like that. It's crazy what we got. This is
Yeah.
Frame Store, London, did this creature for us, this alien for us, and what an amazing job they did to deliver that, because there literally are intimate scenes where the two character, the alien and a woman, come together, and you're feeling those emotions. There's a love-hate sort of going on,
Yes.
and it takes this it takes it to a level that we never thought we could succeed at when we started, and
Yeah.
then we started feeling it like halfway through, and Simon was over the moon. So whew.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate the answer here. And I've said in my reviews, I said in previous interviews that the team has put together many theatrical releases within these episodes. Everything feels so granular. And I always like to attest to it as the Houdini effect, because it's like, yeah, I know you have television money, and sure, the folks at Apple, I'm sure, are pouring a lot of money into it. But in calculation, if this is on the big screen, you're thinking millions of dollars in production, and that's how it feels. It feels like that each and every episode. And I want to throw it back to you here, working along with the cinematography crew as well too. You have this sort of duality of, you're doing your work to make sure that we are feeling the emotions from the aliens at all different times, through the moments of battle to the moments of connection and communication. And then the cinematography team is putting it so that we're feeling what the humans are feeling. And it's coming together, giving us these moments, which is truly what Invasion is about. It's about, as I said, the connection with the humans and how we're surviving. As we learn and discover these aliens, it's this sort of this community that we're trying to establish here, or maybe not. But for you, working with the cinematography team, how do you all sort of work this sort of balance? What type of communications do you all have? What's the game plan going into it?
Yeah, well, in the scene that I was just describing, we came in with a game plan where we had previs with a stand-in, with some of the colors that we thought we would be using in post, and the DP came up with this wonderful light box that had the ability to cast that light back onto the main character. It was, you had grips who would rotate it around and move it
Mm,
towards her and in and out, so you get all that lovely interactive light, not only on the main character but on the set itself. And then we just remove that, clean that out of the frame, and put the alien in. The two of them, all of a sudden you get a harmony in image that you're seeing. There was also another scene where that same character is, I won't say where she is, but she's in an alien environment late in the season, and she walks up and she touches, and walls come to life, and there's all of this wonderful stuff that goes on. And that was also a good collaboration with both the set designer, the production designer, to come up with these walls that she could walk around with, and the DP who lit that. Again, as she walks closer, you see the light come up. And if you don't have that sort of collaboration and discussion at an early stage, I think visual effects just fail.
yeah.
You can't do it all in post. It is a multi-step process with a lot of collaborators to make it right.
Yeah, fantastic job. I will continue to praise the team. First of all, just a mixing bowl of talent. Some of you all have worked on some of my favorite projects, and to see you all assemble for this is why it feels so granular. And I know, folks, you get to start watching Invasion today. I get it. But I have to hint, since I have already seen season 2. You mentioned season 3. We're not going to give anything away, and I'm going to tell you that the closing shot of this season is just truly opening up a can of worms. And for you, the playground is fully open. It is probably time to go. I just want to know if you can give other reactions or thoughts or just adjectives about what you're going to do come season 3, because I can't wait now.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Apple would not want me to give anything away other than to say it is beautifully written, season 3. And hope we can get the strikes out of the way so we can get busy, because I'm super excited, and I've told Simon and Apple, it's like we want to do everything that's written. It's so good. It's really epic. It has, as you would expect from this show, it has wonderful character moments where interaction, like we've seen in season 2 with Mitski and the entity. There's a building on that. There's also, as you said, at the end of the season, a hint to something bigger and impossible solutions down the line to humanity's issues with the aliens. And I think those are great things that you can explore in your mind, as your audience might do. But yeah, you're gonna, if you like season 2, you're gonna do backflips for season 3.
Awesome. Erik, again, I want to again thank you for your time today and talking about this season and things to come. But also too, I definitely want to make sure I give you your flowers, because I think one thing when it comes to visuals is that folks tend to be critical about what a good visual, what a bad visual, and none of us are educated to the degree of which you are. But I'm going to tell you right now, from an uneducated eye, these are some of the best visuals on television. This how practical things look at time and flesh. And then when you're talking about sort of the science of the aliens in this season, I felt very much in some of these characters' shoes when they were connecting. You're talking about this dream state where you feel sort of relaxed, and then you see other characters try to do the same thing, and then you're on edge. So I love at times how things could just be such a bliss, but then it's still a threat. There's still aliens. There's still things to be in. You just pull the trigger from other us and things get brutal. And I also want to say that beyond some of the older cast who you expect to really work good in these scenes, this young nucleus absolutely deserves a pat on the back each and every step throughout this process. And I think, again, working to give you your flowers, seeing the young nucleus interact in these moments of filming when you have visuals effects and how good they are, how much you believe them. These kids, I'm not even sure how old they are, but significantly younger than us, and they're just so good in working in these environments. So I just definitely wanted to make sure I say thank you for that. And yes, we need to get ready, get this strike over with and get back so we can get to season 3, because I am already on board for that. But folks, you got to check out season 2 first, which is starting today on Apple TV Plus. Check it out. Erik, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
VFX